The old man was surprised to find that the driver, who was supposed to drive the boss, had secretly been drinking before getting ready to leave. Meanwhile, the boss was getting ready to head downstairs. He knew he shouldn't get involved, but his strong sense of responsibility pushed him to act. He rushed outside before the boss could come out.
Look, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I just happened to have looked out the window and it appeared you were drinking something from a paper bag.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Why don't you tell her you can't drive her today, or I'm going to have to.
He gave the driver an excuse to step down. After the driver got the boss in the car, he looked at the old man's serious eyes, and suddenly hesitated. He had no choice but to ask the boss for leave, saying he wasn't feeling well. So, the old man naturally became the boss' temporary driver. Soon after, the old man drove the boss to the destination. Before the boss left, he casually mentioned he was a bit hungry, and that stuck in the old man's mind. While waiting, he purposely went to the restaurant to pack a lunch.
You really didn't have to do... Oh my god, that smells so good.
Good.
It's hard to imagine that this humble and serious old man used to be a battle-hardened CEO of a public company, and the reason he came to work at this company was because he saw a job ad. After retiring, his wife had passed away years ago. His kids had their own families and careers. They were living their own leisurely lives, but the repetitive and dull routine of this life left him with an indescribable sense of emptiness. It felt like his long life was nearing its end. Then, by chance, he saw a company on the street looking for senior interns. So, he dressed up carefully and recorded a job application video according to their requirements. On the day of the interview, Ben arrived at the company full of confidence. It wasn't that he thought he was that great, but there weren't many seniors coming for the interview. There was even an old man with an oxygen tank. In this kind of environment, he felt like he might have an advantage among these people. Ben had been the CEO of a printing company before retiring. He had spent 40 years fighting in the business world. His career had been incredibly successful. During the interview, facing the experienced Ben, the young interviewer seemed a bit inexperienced. And just like that, 70-year-old Ben was successfully hired. He got his wish and became an intern. That evening, Ben was filled with joy and anticipation. To make sure he woke up on time to greet the next day's work, he set 2 alarms. He carefully chose a well-tailored suit, and high-quality leather shoes, and the briefcase that had been with him for decades. At that moment, his desire to work reached its peak.